What's up, guys? It's Tyler from House of Cards TCG, and this is the top 4 match of our hosted trophy tournament that Shane and I put together. This is to prepare us for Nats, which Shane and I will be at, so make sure to come up, say hi. We want to meet every single one of you. And this is top 4. We have a Kaiju OTK player playing up against our Swordsoul player. The winner of this is going to face the winner of Shane and I, which played a mirror match of Vanquish Soul. But for this one, it's a Kaiju OTK versus Swordsoul in top 4, and please consider subscribing to the channel, helping us get to 4,000 subs. That would have been huge. Our goal was to get there by Nats, and hey, we still got a few days to get there. So if you do like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. And let's dive into our top 4 matchup of Kaiju OTK versus Swordsoul.
House of Cards
TCG.
Alright, diving into our top 4 match. Interestingly enough, like I said, we have a Kaiju OTK Gren Maju deck on the left against our Swordsoul player on the right, which he's obviously going to start off with Swordsoul Emergence. Swordsoul Emergence is going to go ahead and grab ourselves a Maju. By the way, our Kaiju player is undefeated up here going into top 4. So Maju effect is going to go ahead and reveal it. Reveals a Vashuda, and then that's going to go ahead and bring out the Swordsoul token. And I do see a Duel in his hand, which is actually really good against this deck. So, talking about on the Swordsoul, our Swordsoul player has Duel, which is really good because the interrupted Kaiju player really wants to dig for a lot of his cards. So, we're going to get the Shishao 1, Moyi 2. Moyi is going to allow him to draw a card. And then Shishao is going to allow him to go ahead and search. And probably going to search the Longi 1. It's usually typically the search. Or we grab Blackout. That's also a card that you can grab. So, because I think that he has the Long Yuan in his hand. But you know what? One thing that Blackout does lose to is an Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. I'm just saying. Because if there's no worm on the field, you can't do anything. So we're going to go ahead and discard the Vashuda for the Long Yuan. That's going to go ahead and special out a token. You could nib here, but there's no nib. And then take both of those, and usually Swordsoul players, because there's the nib check right here, they can go for something like this card, the Sinister, because they would have nibbed you on that anyway, so then you know that they don't have nib. And so basically you kind of already checked it. You don't have to go for Barone. You can go for something like this, which doesn't negate, but it stops a spell, can stop a monster from being summoned, and it burns your opponent. And if this spell is a field spell, or if it's a equip spell, or if it's a continuous spell, it does negate it because it has to be on the field to resolve. So a lot of different things, a lot of different synergy with that card. So obviously our Kaiju player is reading it, obviously, and Hunter on the left, obviously he runs Johnny's Pizza down in Ocean City, Maryland, and he hosts Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments out there. So if you want to go check that out, I will leave a link to his Facebook on the Johnny's Pizza in the comments down below, or in the description, so you can go check it out. Shane and I are planning to go down there to host, or to help with some of the tournaments and to play in some of them. So like I said, imagine being Ocean City beachside and you get to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Kind of cracked, right? It's kind of fun. Alright, so we're going to see a Desires come down. Desires going to go ahead and banish 10. We do know that our Swordsoul player has Droll, so let's see if he gets met with the Droll here. If our read is correct, he is going to go ahead and Droll him. So the Droll comes down on the Desires. Let's see what's in the hand. I see an Alpha. Alpha is obviously a huge card. That's going to go ahead and bounce one. But there it is, the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. That's what I was talking about. Interesting, though, he could have went with it. Oh, he still can Alpha, actually, because you give your opponent the Kaiju with the higher attack, and then you can go Alpha, bounce it back to hand. That's actually insane. So that deals with both of his monsters, plus deals with the Blackout, Blackout in the back row, because there's no worm on the field. So he does give him a dinosaur, a firing flaming dinosaur, and that dinosaur has 3,200 attack. And he gives himself the Godarla. Godarla, I think, is at 26 or 2,800, so that does make his Alpha live. So now he can go ahead and go Alpha. Alpha can go ahead and activate, bounce the Doggeran back to his hand. Let's see what he does here. Sorry for if you hear the bugs outside. It's like, seems to be a bug that's gone crazy now. We're going to see a Gizmek come down. So Gizmek's going to go ahead and banish 8. That's going to go ahead and summon itself. Now he does have rank 8 plays, and he could battle over the Doggeran. So, or he could actually Alpha bounce it and go rank 8 plays. And then he could just swing for game with the Dragublion. Let's see what he decides to do. He is looking at it. That's not the Dragublion, but I forget this one's name. That one is... That's the one that summons either Hope Harbinger or Dragoobleon. I might have to look up his name after this match. And if there's no interruptions from our Swordsoul player, which I don't think that there is, this is going to be a game. And he actually gets to special summon out the Godarla from hand because it does not control a Kaiju anymore. Wow. Now he's got 2 more level 8s on the field, so he can actually go into another rank 8 play. Let's see what he decides to do. So he's going to go Alpha, bounce the Alpha, and bounce the Doggeran back to his hand. Now he can just go for play here. And yeah, our Swordsoul player is just going to scoop. He knows it's game. He knows what's coming. That Dragoobleon comes down, attacks for game, and then there's an all-you-can-rope. It's just over from there. So, all right, we're going to see. Our Kaiju player is going to take game number 1. Interesting. Let's dive into game number 2 now. So, that was Dragoobleon. Dragoobleon brings out Numeron Dragon. Numeron Dragon is the one that OTKs. So, that was Dragoobleon, actually, that was on the field. So then that brings out Numeron Dragon. That swings for game for OTK. It's been a while since I've actually... Now, interesting. Is our Swordsoul player going to make our Kaiju player go first? I mean, after you get just beat like that, it's not a bad play. He is going to make him go first. So we're going to see a normal summon Luna. Luna can go ahead and activate. That can allow him to grab another Luna. That's going to get met with an Ash Blossom. That could have been a bait. I'm just saying. That could have been a bait. You know the deck does a lot of drawing. I could see a Desires follow-up or something like that. Let's see what we do here. We're going to activate a Danger, it appears. We're going to go ahead and activate. Missing what we're hitting here. That's unfortunate. But based on him not drawing him, I'm thinking that he hit the Danger. So he's going to go ahead and pass. I think he hit the Danger, actually. Whatever Danger was activated, I think he hit it, and that's why he had to pass. We're going to start with a special summon Ecclesia. Ecclesia is going to go ahead and activate. That's going to go ahead and bring out the Moyi. Moyi effect is going to go ahead and activate, revealing the Blackout in hand. So kept the Blackout in going second. Now he's going to go ahead and bring out a token. And now he can go Luna effect. Luna can go ahead and bounce back the token. And then that's going to go ahead and bounce back the Luna to hand. So already good start here. We're going to go Long U1. Long U effect is going to discard the Blackout. That brings out a token. And then he's thinking here, it has another Ecclesia in hand with an impermanent, look like. So that's going to go ahead and make a Shishao. Shishao effect, Moyi 2. 2 is going to go ahead and draw. Shishao is probably going to go grab a Taya here. He has not normal summoned, so he can actually further extend his plays if he goes for a Taya here. Or he could go... yeah, I think Taya is the play. Or he could go Emergence into Taya, but yeah. So he's going to grab Taya. Normal summon out the Taya. Taya effect's going to go ahead and banish. He can banish Blackout. Blackout would bring out another token. Let's see if that's the line that he decides to go with. He also does have a... I was going to say he can normal summon out the Ecclesia too. Ecclesia is a good one. But I think that what he should have done... Yeah, so if Blackout's banished, then it makes a token. So you could just have normal summon Taya, Taya banish Blackout. Both brought out tokens. You can make the Taya and the token into the Ice Jade. And then you can make the Long Yuan into the Sinister. Or you can make it into a Baronne. So a lot of different plays here. But he is going to go ahead and make a Baronne. So yeah, I definitely think that we should have normal summoned Taya. Taya banished the Blackout. But we're still ending on the Shishao along with the Baronne. And we're going to attack here. The other way, would that have been game? 3,000, 3,000. Yeah, the other way would have been game. So, Gren, if you're watching, you did have game here. You just had to normal summon the Taya. But I don't see a rock in our opponent's hand. But you did have game here. Let's see what happens, though. And see if our Kaiju player can play through this. It is 2 interruptions. So we do know about the Luna. He's going to go ahead and activate Luna. And here I think you just have to let it go. He is going to negate it. So I don't think you should have negated the Luna. Because another Luna doesn't really do much here. So he is going to go ahead and banish the Blackout. That's going to make a token. So that is going to go ahead and negate it. I think that they're going over what the cards do. And I think our Kaiju player is thinking here. So he's going to go Luna effect. Luna's going to go ahead and target the P.u.n.k. to bounce it. He's going to go ahead and use the P.u.n.k. to negate and destroy it. And that has pretty much already resolved all of the effects. Oh, he's going to do that in chain. So you're going to go 1 Luna to search, 2 Xiao to negate it, 3 to bounce the Baron effect to negate and destroy. So he already used 1 card, used all the negates. And that's why I said, and I think that you have to hold, and you don't negate the search there. So let's see, does he have any Kaijus? Does he have an Alpha? I do see an instant fusion in his hand. It looks like the next play is going to be an instant fusion. And we do have a blackout set, maybe, or an imperm set. Oh, he's going to go D-barrier, and he's going to call fusion. No, there's no way. You have definitely call XYZ. You hold the D-barrier, because he would have, the instant fusion would have just been an overlay. But we're going to see a normal summon of a Gren Maju. I don't think that the Gren Maju is big enough either, because I don't know what he has banished, but it's not much. Unless he has a Gizmek in hand. He does have Destrudo, so he's going to activate Destrudo, targeting the Gren Maju. That's going to make it a level 4. So he can go into level 7, Synchro 7 here. Looking through his extra deck, though, let's see what he's got. Yeah, I think that we are going to set. Okay, unfortunate. So I think we're just putting up a wall. But I think that either way, our Swordsoul player is going to take this, because he should have game here. He can just go Baron or Vishuda. Vishuda is also another good card too. So we're going to Solemn Judgment the Vishuda. Now I think you could just Barone pop the Destrudo, and then you attack for game. But we are going to normal summon Taya. Taya effect is then going to go ahead and synchro those off. We make the Boxia. Boxia is going to target both cards, spin them back into the deck, and then basically we can just attack for game here. So Taya is going to go ahead and send the Ashuna, and just battle phase attack for game. Let's see. It looks like our Kaiju player is sighting? Did we scoop? I'm trying to figure this out. Or are we Eater of Millions right now? What are we doing? Let's see. Okay, we're picking up our cards. Okay, so we are siding out. Swordsoul player did take it. It took an extra turn, but Swordsoul player did end up taking it. So I think there was a couple things we could have done differently there, but we're gonna keep an eye on that. So we're gonna move on to game number 3 of our top 4 match. Let's see. I'm assuming that our Kaiju player will go second, and let's see if he can break the Swordsoul board. Alright, heading on to game number 3. This is your reminder to please subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 4,000 subs. And if you enjoy this content, please comment down below. Let us know. So I'm assuming our Kaiju player is going to make our Swordsoul player go first. We always have the Moe. So Moe effect is going to go ahead and reveal a Hara. That's going to go ahead and bring out a Swordsoul token. And then we can synchro both of those off for a Xiao. We've seen this play before. Xiao effect 1, Moe 2. So we're going to go ahead and draw a card. And then that's going to allow him to then go ahead and search. Do we grab Blackout here? Do we grab the Long Yuan? Because I did not see Long Yuan in hand. We do grab Blackout. I guess we haven't figured out that Interrupted Kaiju Slumber hurts, but we're going to go Long Yuan, discard the Adhar. Do we go for Barone this time? I think that we do go Barone, because we need a spell negate really bad. Deciding to go for the Ice Jade here, and then we're going to go ahead and set 3 and pass. We know one's Blackout. I don't know what the other one is. I think I saw an imperm, potentially a D barrier, but let's see. So, first up, just reading what the Ice Jade does. Ice Jade is a broken card. It's pretty good. Does a lot. Yeah, you can activate this effect. Face a monster you control cannot be destroyed by or banished by your opponent's card effects, but they still can be tributed by Kaijus. So let's see what he starts off with. Let's see what else it does. If you activate this effect in response to your opponent's card and your opponent has a card with the name on their field of grave, you can banish those cards. If a card is banished by your opponent's card effect while it's in your graveyard, you can special summon it. So we are going to go ahead and Kaiju the Ice Jade with a Gamma Seal. Now we're going to go ahead and activate Trade-In. Trade-In is going to pitch the Bird. The Bird is going to allow him to go ahead and pop when it's discarded, the Thunderbird. So that's really good there. So Thunderbird is going to go ahead and target the middle one. That's going to go ahead and pop a D barrier. Deciding not to chain the D barrier, or maybe he didn't, he called it XYZ. I would imagine that he's going to chain it. And And then we go ahead and normal summon out a Luna. We go Luna effect to search. We are going to attempt to negate it again. Again, I don't know about this one, but we're going to banish the Adhara to do it. And then we're going to go ahead and target the Gamma Seal to bounce the Gamma Seal back to hand. We're going to go ahead and imperm it. So going with the imperm Shishao combo on it to one card forces out 2 negates again, 2 interruptions. So let's see where he goes from here. Does he have an Alpha to bounce the Gamma Seal back to hand? He is thinking here. And let's see what his next play is. I do think he is under D barrier. I think that he would have called D barrier and he would have called XYZs. But we are going to go ahead and thrust. Ooh. Thrust being a good card. You can grab Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. I would imagine that might be what he's going for too. He's looking at the graveyard. He's reading the Ice Jade again. So the card is banished by your opponent's card effect. While this is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. So he is trying to play around Ice Jade. That is a card that you have to be aware of in the Swordsoul strategy. But I think that you just grab Interrupted Kaiju Slumber here, right? I mean, that deals with the whole field. You know that Blackout is the last card set. And you know that he has to have a worm, and you have to control 2 cards. So I think you just grab Interrupted Kaiju Slumber here, tribute the field, and depending on what the rest of your hand is, I mean, you're basically control from here. So again, Swordsoul can pop off though, so you gotta have some kind of interruption. Let's see what he grabs. And he goes for Change of Hearts. Okay. I'm not mad at this. Shishao is a level 8. Do keep that in mind. Oh, opted not to go Change of Heart. Opting to go with Instant Fusion. That is... Oh, opting not. We're going for Desires. Yo, we're not going for Desires. What are we going for here? We're just showing our deck off. We're going to go trade in. Okay. Maybe we have a Bigfoot in hand, possibly? And we can discard the Bigfoot? I think that is a Bigfoot, actually. I do think that was a Bigfoot. I can kind of get a glimpse of it. Or it was another Thunderbird. Because I think Bigfoot has to be a monster. So it had to have been a Thunderbird. Let's see. We go Danger Bigfoot. You can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls. So it's 1 face-up card if it was Bigfoot. So I think that it does have to be Thunderbird. And so Thunderbird's going to go ahead and pop the Blackout. And now we're going to special summon out Doggeran. I think that our Swordsoul player is shaking in his boots right now. He's kind of nervous. And we're going to see a Gizmek come down. Gizmek effect is then going to go ahead and banish. So this will actually bring back the Ice Jade. Yeah, so that's going to go ahead and bring back Ice Jade. He had to have known that was coming down. You could have actually... You could have Gizmek'd first before you sent Ice Jade with the Gamma Seal, maybe. So we're going to overlay... So we didn't call anything off the dimensional barrier, which I find strange, because we definitely could have chained that to the Thunderbird targeting it. So we're gonna see the Galaxy Eyes Dragon come down, and that's gonna be overlaid with a Dragoobleon. I think we know what's coming in next. And if we can get another because it's only gonna have 9,000 attack. I don't think it's. Oh, there's the Godarla. Okay, so if we can get another XYZ on the field, that's gonna definitely have enough attack. So, oh, you know what? That's not Dragoobleon. That is the. Let me see what that is actually. So that is the Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon that says that you can detach 1 material from this card. This card can make up to 3 attacks on monsters during this battle phase. And if it has a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, which it does, it gains attack equals to the combined level of ranks of each attached material. So that card is beefy. That card is like 6,000 attack, I think, at this point, and it's going to attack into all the monsters. And I think this might be for game, because then you can, it doesn't have any requirement where you can't attack with the rest of the monsters, and so you can just keep on attacking with this card into each one, and then you can just swing with Gamma Seal, Godarla, I mean, for game. Yeah, so I'm interested to see what life is at right now. 1,200 each one of those, so that must be it's at 5,000 attack. So it's going to swing into the Gamma Seal now. Gamma Seal being the lowest of the Kaijus, and so that's going to be another almost 3,000. Yeah, so he's at 1,800 at life. Talents in hand, and I think it's going to be a Godarla swing for game. That is going to be a Godarla swing for game, and our Kaiju player is going on to the finals of our tournament. Handshake at the end, that's great. Like seeing sportsmanship. So we're going to see the Kaiju player go up against whoever wins our Shane and Tyler matchup, which is a Vanquish Soul Mirror. And I'm going to sign out because it's the end of the video. So this has been Tyler with House of Cards TCG, signing out.
House of Cards TCG.